At RaiseCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people with credit, and RaiseCredit.com can teach you how to get it. At RaiseCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people with credit, and RaiseCredit.com can teach you how to get it. At RaiseCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people with credit, and RaiseCredit.com can teach you how to get it. At RaiseCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people with credit, and RaiseCredit.com can teach you how to get it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk about personal and business credit a lot. We want everybody to get their credit on track to become that qualified CFO. It is so crucial to understand the rules and the tools. What happens is most people get stuck, and they'll also get knocked down because someone gets in their way too. Now, years ago, when I did that $3 billion of clients, they kind of gave me the nickname of the Godfather of credit. So as we talk about credit rebuilding, we're going to talk about some rules and tools. And remember, you can't videotape, you can't take pictures, you got to put it here so you get that tablet and pen. Ultimate goal is to make sure we follow through. And I'm going to tell you again and again, procrastination is the killer of dreams. What time do you get up today? What do you plan on doing? Where's your list from yesterday? What's your list for today? And let's go get it. You see, I've always been motivated because I had to eat. I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. Now, I would like you to write down a corporation's a legal person. But you got to understand, some of you have a corporation today. What are you actually doing with it? Unfortunately, most people don't know how to play the game. They do say that 9 out of 10 people do nothing anyway. Me, I was kind of lucky while I was being used and abused as a kid. At 7.5, I heard a corporation's a legal person. By the time 9.5 rolled around, I knew enough to go get a corporation called Helping Hand Industries. It went worldwide. I brought in $100,000. It was fun. Went nationwide. Did $1 million at 14. Did a couple billion at 26. How am I doing so far? Now, winning the game of business. All right, also winning the game of personal credit too. Here's my life in 2009. What do? I'm retired, got billions of dollars, having fun, helping people like you. Everything I touch turns to gold. We took a group of people on that yacht on July 4th to watch the fireworks. The next day I'm dead. I died in a coma. Kind of sucks. You see, we all got that little sad story to tell. You see, I was born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. The bottom line is this little girl got pregnant with me. She wanted a girl, so I'm a boy. She gave me a girl's name, raised my middle name. Then she kind of threw me away like a piece of trash. So today, I want you to think about something. Let's call it getting past go. Can you write that down, please? Today's date, come on, it's the 2nd of April. All right, it's Good Friday. Let's write it down. Let's understand today, getting past go, because I think you're kind of stuck. You see, I want you to realize when I got to be with Mrs. Hope, she dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 and said, I'll pick you up here at 5 o'clock. You're not there, I'll leave you there to die. She was a she-devil from hell. See, the reality is I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. I thought it kind of sucked. So for me, I used that brain God gave me with the IQ off the chart with total recall. All right, went to the library every day. Figured out how to get my first Lamborghini at 14.5. Then I got my Lamborghini collection too. Then I got my Duffys, my 6 mansions. All right, I even broke world records for the highest kick on the planet to prove white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. Next thing is I parked my race boat in my backyard. Where you park yours? You see, I got the helicopter, got the yacht. I even got the Ferrari too. The bottom line is I had to do it and create a blueprint and the rules and tools. Kind of thing you've been looking for all your life. Today, please write down and raise rules. I want you to learn to play. Now remember, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW in Aspirin years ago. He was CID and bodyguard for President Nixon too. So guess what? Today I'd like to train you just a little bit. Can you write down Credit Services Act, please? I want you to Google it later today. You'll find the page I'm going to show you in a second or two. It'll say credit repair is a scam, not allowed to collect money up front. It'll refer to the Credit Repair Organization Act, and I'll show you that too. You see it says credit repair. Your credit's not broken. It needs to be rebuilt, and the attorneys can't do credit repair anyway. So let's build a relationship, you and me. Let's get on the phone today. Let's have a conversation so I can get your blueprint for you. Oh, by the way, this is the Federal Trade Commission's information for you. It's pretty simple to do. Even the NACB says I'm the #1 consultant worldwide, personal and business credit. It's probably true. When I made Ken Yarbrough the president of one of my companies years ago, here's a check I used to write him every week. Now I want to talk to you about some things that are really bothering me. All right, I want you to understand something. LifeLock. It bothers me a lot that I listen to what they say they can do for you. Unfortunately, they're kind of full of doo-doo. They've been indicted again and again. By the way, they don't do a damn thing besides take your money. So be a little cautious today. The next thing is, let's look at the Federal Trade Commission. It's right in front of you. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, too. Credit repair is a scam. So what are you supposed to do? Reality is simple. Here it is again. It breaks it down saying that they can't take money and basically lie for you anymore. Your bottom line is, please, I want you to rebuild your credit. I know you're going to talk about Lexington Law and CreditRepair.com. Same company. They use actually 15 names to play the game. They got government agencies chasing them down. They got almost 700 complaints currently on the BBB. And I know some of you are probably paying them every month $99. All right, I'm sorry to say, the reason why credit repair is against the law, the reason credit repair doesn't work, all they're doing is lying. Can you imagine today? Not mine, not late. All right, that doesn't belong to me. It's a trick. You see, the lying does not solve your problem. You got to rebuild the credit. So let's talk about freecreditreport.com. If you don't understand that, that's where you get your credit reports for free every year. Once a year. You can download the application too. All you got to do is go to raisecredit.com. You can click right there to get the free credit reports for you. It's pretty simple. Experian.com too. I like them. All right, it's a little bit more than Credit Karma. See, Credit Karma is free, but they got indicted for lying before too, and they're part of TransUnion. And by the line, their credit scores are not actually accurate too. And they have no phone number to help you because they just want you to clickety-clack today. Let's go back to the beginning with you. Pull out your Social Security card. Can you do that for me, please? That's how you started this in the first place. You got your SSN. All right, you know why you're supposed to get it? Because when they told me to get it when I was a kid, I kept asking why. I talked to 10 grown-ups and those dummies couldn't answer the question for me. Sorry to say. You see, the SSN, after my research, found out it's for the 1040 tax return. That's all it was for, is to track your income so they can tax you some more. So the SSN, that card in front of you, I bet you if you read it carefully, it'll say do not laminate, do use for ID purposes. You see, you got a choice today. It even says it's property of Social Administration, not you. You see, you wrote it on an application. You started your credit report, if you don't know that too. And then you allowed the creditors to basically screw you up some more. All right, you got to understand the rules and the tools, please. Now, today we're going to talk about the Experian Boost. Now, it scares the you-know-what out of me. Here's my problem. Experian has been hacked hundreds of times, indicted too. They moved out of the country years ago. And if you register for their little boost for 16 points, you register your bank account, so when they get hacked again, they hack you. Is that a good thing for you to do? I don't think so, but again, that's up to you. See, you got a choice today. Getting 820, there's a science behind all this. If you allow me, I'll order your credit reports for you. They'll come in the mail. They come from 3 states too. And if you call me with your report numbers, within 90 working days, I can make sure the score goes up some more. That's all it usually takes. So if you've been paying somebody $99 a month for a couple years, sorry, that's kind of dumb. Now, when I started rapid scoring years ago with Ken Yarbrough and Harold Stokes, all right, for your mortgage companies, that was fun. I have a program that I own all the rights to too. It's called Rapid Refresh. I can force your creditors to push your score up anywhere from 40 to 200 points. Easily for me to do. Now remember, here's somebody, and basically, to prove the truth, I took a picture of Credit Karma. Heck, it's free. You know, I got that lady. 157 points in 45 working days, from a 500 to a 708. Within 90 days, he had an 820. By the way, that's 211 points. If you'd like that today, let me know. Now remember, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Credit Services Act too, there's 12 acts to master, by the way. I wrote the rules and the tools for a lot of things too. Credit module, guess what you get to do? If you want to, all right, I have a do-it-yourself book and CD for you. And when you purchase it, the reality is I'll even offer to do the work for free in case you get stuck anyway, because it's kind of fun that you learn to play the game here. Also, when the first 10 callers call to receive it, what they do is they get a personal phone call from me. You see, that way I can set up the tone. Write down the phone number, please. It's 800-510-3338. That way you can talk to one of our specialists too. Now remember, I broadcast 5 times a day up to that, Monday through Friday, and up to 9 classes on Saturday too. Tomorrow you should have your butt in my workshop, because you can learn more to put it here. Every Saturday they start at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And one of the things I do at the 1 o'clock class, I give status update and more education for you. I might ask you to do 2 things. Can you follow through, please? The only thing that holds me back will be you. So let's look at your personal credit. You see, if it's below 650, it kind of sucks. All right, but it makes it kind of feel bad too. But at least you can pull out your debit card and say, here, charge it. Kind of makes you feel better that way too. Be back in control, learn how to start over. That's what the workshops are for anyway. So here's the thing. If we obtain your credit reports, we analyze them. By the way, there's many ways to go after the credit today. There's a dispute method, alter dispute method too. There's a negotiation method as well to remove the credit. There's even a legal action method I wrote years ago too. You can basically make the creditor even pay you some money. Improve your credit today. Begin by reestablishing it too. Now let's look at the law. I love the law, it's public record. This is called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. All right, it's kind of fun to play. All right, guess what happened? This is section 611. Remember, the credit bureaus have 30 days to respond. That's working days. By the way, as it says, if they get additional 13, or actually 15 additional days as a grace period. So that's 45 working days to get a response from any credit bureau too. Ultimate goal. All right, you can do the disputes for yourself. You can learn how to play. You can use the credit bureaus and go to the creditors. You see, the funnest thing for me is always going back to the creditor. All right, because I can make sure they seal the record and get it off right away. It's called a validation and verification process too. Keep in mind, we can write letters and have fun. We don't have to lie and say, not mine, not late, like those credit repair flakes do. This is on page 7 in the book, by the way. Ultimate goal, the dispute. You see, years ago we used to call it prove it or remove it. Bottom line is we have a way to play the game, but we get to win. That's on page 8, by the way. Now, one of the greatest things you can learn how to do, there's a procedure to do a credit validation. It makes your creditor literally remove it right away, and now your credit score is up more, especially if you're in a rapid rescore. That's on page 10, by the way, in my book. Now, as I understand, an item has to be accurate, verifiable, or disputed and removed. We have so many things we can use the law for. But again, here's the phone number I want you to write to them today. Remove yourself from the national mailing list. You probably added yourself to that list when you were in the mall carrying that purse, or yours or your wife's purse too. What did you do? You walked up, what? To get that free car. What did you do? You wrote down a piece of paper and you got basically, all right, the timeshare invitation to get a weed whacker. Then you lined up for Sears. Guess what you did? So call this number right away. It is 888-567-8688. I helped set that up years ago. Opt out for 5 years, please. Stop the damn mailing list. You started it yourself anyway. Now, here's the biggest problem everyone you've got. And it's pretty simple to do. Remember something. You connected your own damn dots. You started your credit report. You did. You did it from your first inquiry, too. I want you to disconnect the dots. Is that okay with you? I want you to go on your Credit Karma today. I want you to remove all your address but the current one. No employee and no phone number. I do that to the credit bureaus too. You see, when you connected your dots, hell, it's easy to verify you. Sorry to say, you've been kind of doing it wrong anyway. Your daily task should be very simple. It's like mine. I wake up at 2:25. I drop to my knees. I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go do my mirror test anyway. So I pray. I basically tell everybody I love them. I run, I walk, all right, when my knee starts to hurting me. From there, I get on my computer. I want you to understand, check your Credit Karma. You're basically Experian too. What I want you to realize is you need to be paperless. That's right. You get extra points for being paperless on your creditor. They actually report better for you too. Next thing is make sure there's a bank account for automatic payment for you. Ultimate Go automatic payment. You see, what we're going to do is learn how to play the game. I want to treat everyone like you want to be the $1 million corporation, the $1 million person too. So what I want you to do is plan the problem. In the beginning of your life, I'll bet you somebody knocked you down, kicked your assets too, and you pissed off the way. I'll bet you kind of screwed up today too. That's okay. We're going to talk about safety credit. You ready? These are $50,000 a piece. But here's the thing about personal credit. You got an SSN, you got some credit cards, you thought it was free money. And then what happened is you jacked up that credit card past 29%. You dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. Sorry to say, you did it to yourself too. You started your file, you didn't know the rules and tools, and you screwed it up again and again. Congratulations. The back of your card today, I want you to put a sticky on it. Eventually we're going to be back in the open crowds of thousands of people again having fun with you. I want to see a sticky in your card. What's the limit? What's 25 to 29%? Understand something. You better learn these rules right away. There's no one on this planet that teaches them today besides me. And God %30 is the amount you owe. And when you go to Credit Karma, it says 33%. Anything at 29% is in the green, everything at 30 is in the yellow, anything above that's in the red. Let's tell the truth to the consumer today. You go to the credit bureaus, hell, it says 44%. Let's tell you the truth. Balancing your credit score is up to you. So remember something today. Or if you want an 820, you're going to have it between 25 to 29%. That's flat out the truth. It's going to be up to you. Now, I did a chart for you so you know your numbers today. So if you had a $500 card, what's 25? What's 29%? When you jack up that card, plop, your score screws up and gets no more. There's a $2,000, there's a $5,000, there's a $25,000 too. Look at the numbers and compare it to your cards today. How bad are you screwed up? We got to make sure you understand the rules and the tools too. Now, the only credit card you get past 29% has to be a gold and a platinum. Would you like basically one and get 9 sisters too? It's kind of fun when you know how to build millions of dollars like I do. I only did 3.6 billion for my clients. Got 17 million of those too, and 16 billionaires. But most people, what they do, they lose their job, got an emergency, and all of a sudden they basically do a couple of things. They run out of time, they run out of money, and what do? You all jack up your credit cards in 42 days, and then you get stuck. No more, please. You're using the wrong money in the first place. It's like building your millions. You know, if you want to be a corporate millionaire, that's good. If you want a $1 million paycheck, raise your hand, so I call that silly and dumb. You only keep $375. The IRS gets the rest for you. So remember today, I like to repackage your life, your house, your car, your bank account, and more, if you allow me to. We all got that sad story. I've been in 2 comas in my life so far, but I've used credit every time to save my life. Ultimate goal, what do we get to do? When I was told as a little boy to have money for a rainy day, I kept asking those grown-ups to explain it to me. All they kept going is blah, blah, blah. You ever notice the people years ago, which is blah, blah, blah today? In my life, it doesn't rain, it always pours. What about your life today? See, you got a choice. I want you to pretend today you need $5,000 now. I want you to think about it. Ask your friends, your family, the bank. What are they going to all say? No. And what happens to you? You backed yourself in a corner because you didn't know the rules and tools that I've said so far, and even more. Here's a $5,000 card in my hand. What am I going to do? I'm not going to jack that sucker up. But if I had to fix a problem today, did you know the payment on that card is only $50 a month? And I'll bet you waste that every other day. Shame on you. You backed yourself in a corner. Why? I didn't have that family and all that goodies that you had, probably all of you. So what do they do? They say that you waste $140 a week. Is that true? If that's true, that's $600 a month. If I maxed out one of these cards today, the payment would have been $612.26. For that, I could have got you 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through. You got to stop wasting money and quit bringing the pain home. You're kind of doing it wrong in the first place, by the way. So let's remember, I want you to understand, you're here today, so I believe in you. I believe in God, and I believe in me, too. You see, when I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981 to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't, remember today, you probably have some people in your life say you can't do this or that, too. God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe it, go get it. Now get out of my way because I can rebuild you. Remember, you got your SSN because you were told to. You did not ask the question why. You did not read the card detail. Me, that's all I do is ask why. Because if I don't understand why, I'm going to ask that question until I research it myself. This is for one reason. SSN equals a 1040 tax return. That's all. It wasn't for you to screw it up and put it in an application, but you did. IRS public record. Check it out. It's right in front of you. Ultimate goal today, we got a choice. So we got 3 credit reports now. You got your Spirit, your Equifax, and your TransUnion too. The moment you took that card past 20%, plop. You got stuck. You couldn't get any more. The greatest gift that someone told me the other day says, Ray, all right, I didn't like you in the beginning, but I like you now. I go, why? Because you told me the truth. And nobody teaches what you teach, but you basically put me on check. You could explain exactly 100% what it took to get to that 820. And then they said, I like you now too. Ultimate goal, don't forget the damn sticky on that card. See, we got a choice today. The other reason you got an SSN, you want to know why? We're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated. Ever since Nixon took that gold standard out. Please do me a favor. Write down Ray's rules again, please. The thing about me being have to steal and beg off the pier that scares the hell out of me, all right, is not be able to take care of my family. I promised myself 2 things. 1, I'd never hold a baby unless it was my first child. 2nd, I'd read every book I could and master them all right, before, all right, I would have a family. I don't want to bring the pain home. $100,000 of credit, write it down. If you used only 29%, like I'm telling you to do, that would have gave you $71,000 of safety credit. Just in case blanket the fan, you lost your job or there's a pandemic. Unfortunately, what you do, you take the money and the credit from the family to roll the dice, start a business, and go, wee, let's hurt the family more today. Please stop using that money. You don't have to do that. You never had to. You got to realize you can structure and run your life through a corporation if you want to. You can play the game like the big boys and girls do. Write down Ray's rules today, please. Now, I've been in 2 comas in my life. Besides God giving me the brain, He gave me this thing that I do with cloning. I can usually watch what you do and copy what you do better than you in about 5 minutes. When I was a little boy, all right, they're riding their bicycle. I didn't get one of the bicycles. I didn't get a mommy and daddy too. So I asked if I could borrow their bike. And they said, sure. I got on the bike going, yeah, this is easy to do. I got on it instantly. Problem is, I should have watched more than 5 minutes. I didn't know you pushed the pedal back. That was the brake. So I went down that damn big hill in Redondo Beach, the famous one, and then going 40 miles an hour going, pop! Hit my face on the damn curb. When I woke up, the lady says, you've been paralyzed, you can't walk again. Ring the bell, you gotta go pee-pee. I rang that bell till my hand was friggin' numb that day. I crawled on my belly to the toilet and I went pee-pee. I believe what God tells me, not what an old lady or the doctor tell me to. Give me a friggin' break. The last coma was July 5th, 2009. We took people on the corporate yacht. What's the fireworks? The next day I got to die. Why? Because someone had pandemic 9. And guess what? H1N1 pandemic number 9 killed me. I did listen to someone say he's not going to make it, he's going to die. My wife screamed her head off too. Then I heard my tax attorney trick my wife to sign a POA. That's, by the way, that's a power of attorney. I'm laying there dead and he's taking everything I got. I'm screaming, but nobody can hear me. Now I'm from Show Me State. You might not have to like me, but I'll get you to million or billion. There's my yacht, my race boat, my UDOC, my address too. Show me yours, please. I got no excuses. After today, neither will you. I want you to focus today because I want to get you back on track and go get it. Every one of you today should become a corporate millionaire in the next basically this year, flat out. You know, I got to come out of that coma, walk around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. On the following week, I built $1 million credit card again. See, one of the things about me, I don't want to go back to the pier. I have 5 closet divisions. Write it down, please. That's my backup for a backup for me. That way I can pop another $1 million card too. See, today we don't get a do-over. We get to live or die. I'd tell you wear a mask, but half of you want to argue about that too. All I can tell you is it takes a moment to die. And it takes a lifetime to live. You got to decide what you want to pick. But that's up to you. See, I look at it this way. God's delays are not God's denials. Now, I do a mirror test. It's kind of weird for me. It might be weird for you, too. When I was 2.5 years old, I was crying my eyes out looking in the mirror. And I've been getting up at every morning at 2:25 since that day. I've never once been able to sleep in. So I dropped to my knees this morning and said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I went and stared in the mirror. Can you try this for me, please? I'm asking you, please try this. I want you to put yourself in check. Nobody's around. You look in the mirror and you stop for 2 minutes. Just look at yourself and ask yourself 2 questions. Have you completed everything you need to? The answer is no. Is there more to be done? Always. You see, when you got an idea or dream, you go tell your friends and family what you're trying to do, and all they do is interrupt you and say, you got to do it this way or that way. I'll bet you got some dummies in your life too. Don't let them cloud your direction, please. Give me 90 days, I'll repackage you. We got to go get after the money. See, I get to pay my bills, feed my family, I get to help you. I haven't had a paycheck for 22 years. Go back to the job you hate, it's okay. Eventually they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to deliver some pizza. See, we're getting older, slower, not as pretty as we used to be. Life is a roller coaster of favor. Hurt, pain, worry, it's not fair. But guess what? That's God's way to give us what? It's a way to test our faith and persistence. He put you here today with me, and I want you to write a couple things down too. When I was a little boy, they told me I was a piece of, you know what? So I wrote down I'm important. I'll become a corporate millionaire. I did that at 14 and a half, by the way. I'll drive a company car too, and I'll show the world who I am. Why don't you write it down and say it to yourself 3 times a day too? Now I want you to do something. See, I do my best all through the day. All right? But then I let God do the rest. You got a choice today. Now here's some clients out of that 2019 rich and famous people. All right, remember, I got 17 million millionaires and 16 billionaires, too. Mrs. Fishborn's my client, so is her son Lawrence, Mr. Clinton, too. Michael, God rest his soul, Kurt Cobain, Kevin Costner, even Arnold. See, years ago, all right, in Fiji Island, the kids were dying. So when I sponsored Dr. Lucky to go over there, all right, we built a hospital. Problem is, nobody wanted to give us money to help build the hospital. I asked one of my clients, Mr. Arnold, all right, you know who his last name is, if he'd be on the board. When he got on the board, we got all the money. We could save the children that day. Now, here's basically a police officer, Mr. USA Gold's Gym #1. He says, Ray, you kick ass and motivate. He said it, not me. He was just a level 1 student that got him $1.2 million. See, he learned how to play. How about a college professor, too? All right, he's on the news every day. Now, I got a Race 360 program for my homeless people because I used to be one of them. All right, Glenn lived in his car for 3 years. New house, new truck, and a business doing millions of dollars a year. Even in our credit rebuilding program, I get them cards because I want them to learn how to rebuild it too. Giovanni works for Pixar. He's one of their VPs. I got him $1.6 million in 9 months too. Little Karen got 6 pieces of property. She's on her TV show every day, $1.2 million in 9 months. Military screwed up, got a bankruptcy, still got him $1 million of credit. Ultimate goal, my prison program. You see, here's Freeway Ricky Ross from my neighborhood. When he came out of prison after 20 years, he didn't know diddly squat about credit till I taught it to him. I got him a gold and a platinum too. And this one's Thomas. See, Thomas came out and nobody wanted to help him. I said, what is your son? He's 18. Good, he just turned. I got his son at 60,000. And I got Thomas and I helped him get some dump trucks too. He's doing millions of dollars a year now. See, you got to beat your doubt. You got to run your race. But I like to hold your hand if you allow me to. Now, I can't show you anything I didn't obtain myself. All right, I'll only show some of my mansions, helicopters, all right, and yachts, get you past go. I think you're kind of stuck. See, God's gift to me, my number ones, this is 6 mansions. I park my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. That's a corporate asset, by the way. It's called Raise Rules. You want one of those too? Let me know. How about the helicopter, the Lamborghini, and the building too? Now, what I'd like you to do is take this right down. I want you to change your driver's license. I want you to start protecting your ass. And quit bringing the damn pain home. They're walking in, grocery stores robbing people. They're walking in restaurants and knocking them down too and stealing their Rolexes as well. You wrote a check. You gave your driver's license. All right, I want you to focus on this very seriously. Because what happened is your house got robbed the next day. Why don't you change your driver's license to a P.O. box or mailing address? Why don't you basically protect your ass, raise rules, and never bring the pain home again? But again, understand something today. This is the Driver's Privacy Protection Act too. You see, your choice is simple. If all you want me to do is rebuild your credit, okay. But I expect you to learn how to buy the things the right way. Because I'm sorry to say, you've all screwed up. You bought a car, you let someone sweat you for hours on end, you lost $5,000, got 9 inquiries too. See, the bottom line is this. You drive a car that's registered to you today. That makes you a duck. All right? Now, I'll explain that some more. When they gave you that piece of paper to run your credit and you filled it all out, next to your signature, Raise Rules would tell you flat out. You write down allows 1 inquiry. You take a damn picture. You allow people to use and abuse you. All right? That stops starting today. Now, I want you to cover your ass. Yeah, it's like I just did right there, too. You see, today, you drive to that grocery store and that bank today, and you accidentally bump a little car, a little bumpity bump. They're all going to act like they got whiplash. They're going to die. They're going to scream their head off, too. You know, I want you to understand, your driver's license, it really has your home address on it. The insurance that corporation can pay for, but you paid for it out of your taxable paycheck, and you're the registered owner. I'm sorry to say, all right, that's called the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because they're going to call them those nasty attorneys on TV. I call them bloodsuckers. Do you know I saw 33 commercials in less than 2 hours last night? All those bloodsuckers said, I can do this or that. Do yourself a favor. Listen carefully. The reason I do workshops every Saturday for the last 43 years is I want you to protect your assets too. Not only we're going to do this the right way, the register owner today on your car, you're going to change it. I don't care if you go on DMV.com or AAA too. You can do it the other way. It should be a division of a corporation, by the way. Can you imagine if you listen to me? If they try to sue you at the end of the day, they got diddly squat. Hell, why not? Your choice is to listen carefully. I'm going to make sure you bulletproof your life today. Now this car here, fleet price tax ID. Now here's the greatest gift about it if you do it my way. Because 3 of you have a repossession on your credit report. Sorry to say you kind of screwed up. If you do it my way, not only do you get fleet price, it's under a tax ID, it's under a division, it doesn't show up on your credit report. You see, if it got screwed up, it wouldn't affect you. Don't you get that? These are called rules and tools. Give me 90 days. I'll get you in the direction to your dream now. Ultimate goal, you got choices. half of you, some of you I always talk to, and you're playing peekaboo, the IRS making a mess. Do you not understand the rule book? It's from the IRS. If we play by the rules, we get to win. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. If you did this, please go to irs.gov. Download a form called 656 of 433A and B. Get your COVID-19 check. Hell, they're passing money around and around and around too. Get your butt back in the system where it belongs. So understand, I want you to listen very carefully. I want you to automate your life. I want you to have 2 bank accounts. I want you to do what I tell you to do right now. Write it down. I don't know if you're a 60-40 or an 80-20. See, one of the accounts have to have majority of your money coming in it. Maybe it's a payroll or something, and all your bills automatically paid. The other account's the leftover. And if you don't have any leftover, that's okay. Do what I did as a kid. Have macaroni and cheese. Just don't have any cheese. That's all you got to do. You're going to have to make sure you're an 80-20 or 60-40. Automatically payment. Go to those dashboards today. Automatic payment, all right, paperless, and have the bank account. And I know one of you are going to go, I don't get paid that week, Ray. Stop. Under the Fair Lending Act, I've mastered all 12 acts over years ago. They have to readjust your due date, period. Now, you need 2 types of insurance. One's called term life. That equals your debt. The other is called whole life, too. See, term life, if I die today, my wife gets $1 million check. I better be careful. She's Colombian. She might give me a Colombian necktie, too. So the bottom line is simple. She gets $1 million tax-free. Because I got clients for 43 years. Ray, my spouse died. Well, I'm sorry to hear. I got to downsize now. Why? If your term life equal to your debt, you wouldn't have to downside at all. Whole life you can borrow against. Borrow money's not what? Taxable. So here's the next thing, your assignment. I want you to figure out, it doesn't matter if you lease or have a mortgage, what is the cost per day where you live? You'd figure that out if you stayed at a hotel, wouldn't you? Then I want you to include the electrical, the gas, water, and cable. See, if you had that number today, all right, I would tell you add 20% divided by 52 weeks. I want your paycheck you to break even. Then what's your paycheck income divided by the same days too? When I say I'm going to make you a corporate millionaire or a millionaire personally, I'm going to make sure I follow through. Will you follow through today? That's why I do workshops every Saturday at 7 a.m. starting the day. Where are you going to be tomorrow? You better have your butt at my workshops if you want to change your life. Because everybody you talk to going blah, blah, blah all over the internet, guess what they do? They don't hold your hand and they don't hand you the money too. You can't find the rules and the tools on the planet today unless it's through me. Now remember, a credit, all right, rebuilding module. There's a book and a CD for you. All right, you can get everything removed what you want legitimately without lying. If you Zelle me $499, it's a do-it-yourself book and CD to you. Now remember, if you purchase the book and CD, I'm going to send it to you right away. But if you'd like, I'll still do the work for free. Now what do you got to lose? My ultimate goal is to take away your excuses. And how we get paid today to expedite everything for you is Zelle, now. Or there's a Chase, make a deposit or wire too. Ultimate goal, I'm going to put it back on you. Because I'll do the work for free for you too if I have to. So understand, the first 10 callers that call right away like now, you get a personal call with me. If you're not calling 800 toll-free 510-3338, that's kind of dumb on your part. Call it right away. Now run your life through a corporation. Do you know right now today you could tell your employer to stop paying you and pay a corporation? It's the public law. Your employer has no choice. But again, this is up to you. Because you should basically listen and learn. Alright, you've been kind of messing up anyway. I want to rebuild your credit. I want to do a rapid rescore. If you have a corporation, I'll help you build that one too. I only did $2 billion myself under corporate structure by the time I was 26. How'd I do? If you don't have the corporation, I'll offer you the articles, also tax ID for free. Now, your cards. What do I expect to see on those cards? A sticky. Don't you come to one of my open events in the near future. When I ask you for those cards, those are damn sticky. I'm going to ask you to leave. This is serious times. You're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. Limit. What is 29%? I gave you a chart earlier today. Now remember, I'm an affiliate. I have $10 million of history. I'm allowed to build credit reports, or I'm allowed to build more credit for you. What does that mean? All I got to do is add you to one of my cards. When I issue a card off my card, I get to ask for separate billing for you. Then you get your own account too. As it says right in front of you, I can register you, corporation, or divisions, all right, and then divisions, a corporation, or tax ID. You want some real estate? I only had 841 million, by the way. So I'll teach you how to do millions of dollars too. All right, because I wanted to hit $1 billion that year, but I didn't. I got to die in a coma. Franchisers are fine as long as they got to drive through. Leveraging money and credit? Remember, I know how to turn these into 84 ways to turn into $100 million. Would you like to play? Let me know. Now here's the problem with all of you. Sorry to say, you got a paycheck. It's taxed. You get the leftover. Corporations pay tax after they pay all their bills on the leftover. Amazon got $10 billion in profits. And you know what? They made their debt equal to the profits. They paid zero tax. Hell, you paid more tax than they do. But don't worry, Amazon does it too, Facebook does it too, Google does it too, Disney does it too, but not you, because you're so busy doing what? Let's look at a corporate car, one of my cars in my collection at the time. You see, I get to write it off, but not you. You get your paycheck, it's taxed, you pay with the leftover, the car, the bills, and all that. By the way, you shouldn't be paying for a car in the first place. Then you're taking the money and the credit from the family and go, wee, honey, let's hurt the family some more. Stop it. I don't get it. Today, you're taking your paycheck, which is taxable income, paying the payment, the gas, registration, insurance. Say the word no from now on. Knock it off. Let's go get you a company car. I'll teach you at the workshops how to buy it at fleet price, tax ID, and under a division. You better learn how to play the game. If not, they're going to keep kicking your assets too. You got a choice today. Let's look at an SS4. SSN, SS4. Come on, Google bankruptcy today. I dare you. The bankruptcies will say flat out, SSN, SS4. We all got one SSN. We're all a bunch of ducks. SS4 times 4, what's the same line 10? Banking and credit purposes. Do you realize a corporation can finance itself once it starts building the damn credit? Right off the interest rate in the card and the line of credit too. You didn't learn how to play the game. That's the IRS's public record. Check it out. It's right in front of you. When Stockton filed their bankruptcy, that city, because cities are corporation, but not you, what happened? Largest bankruptcy in U.S. history. Just because you have a bad day doesn't mean you bring the pain home. You brought the pain home because you didn't know any better. SSN. Now watch this. You paying attention? You got an SSN for a job for the 1040 tax return. Remember that. And what it is? IRS public record. And here's your personal card. You can't write off the interest rate of the card at all. So guess what? It brings the pain where? Now let's look at an SS4 with an SSN. Let's compare the two. Who's going to win? SS4 times 4? Line 10 says what? Banking and credit purposes? So this basically is the IRS public record. Here's the corporate card. Same damn company, but this one's a corporate card. I get to write off the interest rate in the card, and it gets to finance itself. Why would you use the wrong money in the first place? What's wrong with you? Today, write it down. I want you to inventory yourself. I want you to be ready for tomorrow's workshops. I want you to inventory your house, your car, personal credit, business credit, all right, bank accounts too, because you got to put yourself in check. Goal list, step by step. I'm going to hold your hand and make sure you obtain the goals. Remember, 1 o'clock, what am I going to do? Status update, more education for you. Ask you to do 2 things. You better follow through. The only thing holds me back is you, because I like popping credit all the time. You want to know why? As an affiliate, I get money I get to donate to charities too. So remember today, you could be watching me on Google or Facebook. You're not getting that PowerPoint in front of me? You might want to go to raisewellmatter.com. Get the full overview and stop bringing the pain home. I don't get it. Here's what I heard at 7.5. Mrs. Hope's poker game. She said a corporation's a what? A legal person. It's not basic legal advice. It's right there, chapter 18. Can you read? It says a corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. I want you to focus. I want you to pay attention. I want you to understand the United States of America is a corporation. They set up 50 states because they're corporations. They set up their line of defense, and hell, you did not. That's your responsibility to start doing it now. And what did the state do? It set up the damn cities. Every city's a corporation. Why didn't you set up your line of defense for you? All I ever told is, no one told me to. I'm telling you to do it, let me do it for you too. And plan the damn problem. Because someone's going to knock you down and piss you off, try to take it away from you. They planned the problem. They came out with a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act that allows them to bankrupt a city, not wipe out the city, they stay in business, and they get to play with the game too. You are we the people. This is your constitutional right. You will not learn these rules and tools from anybody on this planet, period. You get it from the horse's mouth versus the horse's you know what. This is why they call me the godfather of credit. Understand, Nixon took the gold standard out. They print money 24/7. Mama, she got a problem this morning. She had a baby. All right, everything's going great. Then they hand her an SSN form. You got your SSN to get a job for a 1040 tax return to be tracked the rest of our lives. Okay? I heard some ding-dong the other day say, I'm not getting the shot. That's like the mark of the devil. I just want to wring their neck. The mark was when they gave us an SSN form. Don't you get it? To follow us in taxes some more. But the reality is, guess what, Mama? Because if hospitals are federally mandated, they have to sign an SSN for the baby to go home. They bond the baby up to $35 million, and they print some more money. Baby goes in the stroller, Mama goes taking the car, gets to go home. It's just the rules. Walt Disney, example after example. Newsweek, they call it the loophole king. Debt offsets taxes. They don't want to pay tax on $1 billion. What do? They wrote a damn IOU. If Mickey can play the game, so can you. Don't you understand? You only got 10 creditors to play with anyway. And what happens today, you look at websites, you don't have to guarantee. That's BS. Oh, the trade line crap, I can't believe that too. I'm going to hand you cash cards per division. Cash. Cash is king and queen. Money gets you honey. 9 lines of credit too. This is what we're going to get you. Do you understand this today? All right, the bottom line, no one's going to get in your way when you know how to play the game. Then we'll think about supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit too. Got to make you the qualified CFO. That's why you needed me in the workshops all day tomorrow with me. You get 90 days. You miss one, you get to make it up too. No more excuses for you. Remember, that's called the Fair Lending Act. Check out about trade lines. What a crap. Please understand today, I'm the guy that invented daisy chaining of credit 33 years ago. I can turn every card into 99 more. The only one I'm going to do is a corporation. Why? Because the only thing on the IRS lets me write off is a corporation credit card and interest rate too, and line of credit. Damn it, you got to use the right money. Your personal credit's for your safety, for your family. You bought that house today, oh goody. Did you do it my way? Raise rules, escrow close, homestead put in a trust? No? Good. They sue you, they screw you, they take it away. You die, it's stuck into probate. Your family got diddly squat. Remember I told you earlier today, plan the problem. You get a piece of property to fix it up, I want you to do it my way. You're going to hire a contractor that hires a subcontractor too. How goody for you. Guess what? Those are the ones that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. But if they slip, fall, cut every corner they can, they're going to try to sue you and take everything you got. Every property you get, remember carefully please, you could have quickly deeded to a corporation's division for about $12. You could have did a summon of equity too. Why the hell don't you plan this stuff? When they sue you, they take everything you got. They do it my way, they're going to get diddly squat. Heck, why not? You look up irrevocable trust today. It's what I would pick if I was you, but that's up to you. Remember, please, 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 don't play peekaboo with the IRS. They're the rule book. When you play a game, don't you want to win? You got to play fair. IRS says corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. Download the form called 656 433A and B, IRS.gov. Get that COVID-19 check again, put your butt back in the system. Your choice is simple. When you fix up a property, can you do it my way, please? That's why I do a real estate class too, how I brought in $841 million under corporate structure. I want you to have 4 divisions. Go back to the manufacturer using their money to fix up the property, not yours. It's called OPM. I'm one of the original ones, by the way. And then I don't want you to basically have a payment for 30, 60, 90 days anyway. You save 70% up to that and more. No payment for a while using their money to fix it up. Escrow closed. Escrow pays the debt. Now you got $200,000 left over. Why don't we play my way? If you had $10,000 to $100,000 in the past and you pissed away and you're broke today, write down Ray's rules. Leveraging money. Borrow money is not taxable. Line of defense. I'm the most verified person on the planet today. So I've been able to do this for 43 years. There's my office before the coma. Irvine Spectrum, 22,000 square feet. Other buildings around the globe doing $1 million a day helping people like you. The bank was at that building almost every day going, Banks always kiss your ass. That's when you got money. You don't got a pot to piss in. Hell, they don't know your name. Learn that the banks borrow from the feds times 10 and loan back 5 to you. That money from that escrow, I would have turned it in up to $3 million. Called leveraging money. Raise rules and go get a damn McDonald's today. You got to learn how to play too. Remember, what did Amazon do? Same thing as Facebook, Google, and all the other ones too. Simple. The profit of $10 billion, they made sure the debt equal to that, so they broke even. They paid zero tax on $10 billion, and you paid more tax than they do. Don't you want to learn to play? Let me set up credit reports under the tax ID for you. Now draw the 4 boxes. It's right in front of you. I wrote the rules in 1986, so you get it from me. Set up the line of defense. If we got a problem with the division, just like that bank and grocery store do, we're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. We're going to save the good pieces and never bring the pain where? Home. I'm sorry to say, if you would have did this right out of high school, you would have never brought the pain home. Never. The problem is you have one of you called SSN. You can't play that way anymore. Divisions are the opportunity to roll the dice. Do you not understand? As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. When I wrote the rules and tools like this, here's a gold card with $1 million. What do I got? I got 9 sisters too. So now I got $10 million of credit. Why don't you? Each division should have a bucket of money, a piece of property or franchise too. You don't know what gets screwed up. If one got screwed up, you got 8 more to go. This is a numbers game and a business game. What I want you to do is be at my workshops all tomorrow. Remember, corporations should get credit, not do business. It should set up the line of defense like rich and famous people do. They manage their divisions and companies too. What happens if one goes bad? We're going to pull a Donald Trump, a Wells Fargo Bank, a city, and rich famous people too. It's called the 3-step. You ready to write it down for you? Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Can't save the piece? Bankrupt that sucker. Keep the other pieces and never bring the pain where? Home. Why didn't you do this the right way? Ultimate goal, what are you willing to lose? Come on, you've been bringing the pain home since day one. Okay, why don't we stop that starting today? All right, are you willing to lose a corporation? Or are you willing to lose a division? Listen carefully. I'm not willing to lose anything, but if I had to, if I create the line of defense, I'll lose a division. I will never lose the corp or my family, because that's called stupidity. Remember, don't you bring that pain home again, and you better plan what are you willing to lose. Divisions are cheap. You want to win the game? You want to play? Just like my wife asked me on July 3rd that day, can we go to the Huntington Beach house, take out the yacht? I said, no problem, honey. I took the corporate credit card, wrote off the card, interest rate. It was $1,600 for the gas, and wrote off the yacht too. Hell, why not? Your reality is simple. There's mine. Where's yours? I got to die the next day. Kind of sucks. So, as I heard he's going to die, my wife screamed her head off, and my tax attorney tricked her to sign a POA. God, please let me go back. My family needs me. He allowed me to go back. Ultimate goal, very simple. 5 weeks with an oxygen tank. The following week, I popped $1 million card again. You need a backup for a backup. That's called 5 closet divisions. After I rebuild you, I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. I want you to have your 5 closet divisions. It's what I teach at the workshops too. God's using me to help you. You going to pay attention today? I won't show anything I didn't obtain. Mansions, helicopters, yachts, get you past go. Ultimate goal, God's gift. Park in my race boat, in my yacht, in my backyard. Where you park yours too? I like the helicopters, Lamborghini building too. You see, today, I want you to understand, you bought your car the wrong way. 3 of you got repossessions. They're coming after you. Be prepared for the 1099-C too. Cars should have been bought under tax ID and fleet price under a division. You should make sure every time you pull your credit, you sign anything, it allows one inquiry. Take a damn picture. You got your cell phone in your hand all the time, every day. Get your dream corporation and your dream car too. I like the car collection, don't you? They're not mine, but I get to figure out which one I want to drive today. Simple, please. I've heard no probably 1 billion times in my life. I was told I was a piece of, you know what, as a kid. I just bit my tongue and shut up. I did my study and went to the library every day from 7.5 to 9.5 years old. More. You see, if I can't get a grown-up to answer the question back then, I got to research it because I'm talking to a dummy. Sorry, you got dummies in your life too. Reach the dream, think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. This is up to you. All right, motivation's great. I love motivation. But at the end of the day, if they're not handing the money and the credit, and basically they're missing the link of raisecredit.com, I mean, I don't know about you. I don't listen to Tony Baloney anymore. It gives me the damn rules and tools. Your goal. Let's build your story. You got the guts. You give me 90 days, I'll get you up to an 820. 100,000 of safety credit. During that time, if you want, I'll get you a corporation and divisions too. Or I'll build the one you got today that you didn't do. Up to $1 million. Stop being stuck. This is ridiculous. I don't get it. What's next is me. Because I want to play with you. Don't be surprised when I call you too and have some fun. Every Saturday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I start my classes in the morning. Where are you going to be tomorrow? Are you serious? Do you want to go change your life? You have no idea what I can teach you. All right, we just didn't even touch the surface today. I wrote the books to help you. These are blueprints. Okay, how to start the corporation, the foundation, forms, the stock kit, the Bible, the paper trail, resolutions of permission, goal setting. I wrote them step by step for you. Ultimate goal, building more wealth and asset protection. Overview, you got to do the setup, the credit reports the right way. You got to use me as an affiliate today. How to fill out the applications and manage multiple corporations. You got to go after reaching the finish line. Then the nonprofit doing tax balancing too. Every rich and famous person I ever set up, I got to do profit and nonprofit together too. Remember today, those books and CDs for you, listening to Mrs. Hope, the Cena Corporation's a legal person. You know, when I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years, at the second largest advertiser in LA, there was a line around the hotel to get hold of me. I used to sell the book CDs and classes for about $20,000 a pop. That's how I got 17 million millionaires and 16 billionaires too. I want you to focus today. I want you to understand, if you don't have the blueprint you've been looking for all your life, it's right in front of you. The office sells it for $9.99. Today, I always give you half price. I give it to you for $4.99, flat out. but it's during the webinar. So if you do this book and CD and you sell it right away, you also receive a personal phone call from me as an extra bonus. That's only for the first 10 callers. And if you're not calling 800-510-3338 like now, you're going to miss out. We take Zelle, Chase, wire, deposit because we expedite everything for you. You're impatient like me. You want it done in like now. I want it done in 90 days or less. Ultimate goal, the 14th Amendment turned corporations into people. That means the United States of America Incorporated. They set up their line of defense called states, all corporation, and then the states set up their cities. My question is, why haven't you set up your line of defense? This is up to you. Ultimate goal today, never have joint credit. It makes no sense. You buy a house, escrow, close escrow, put it in a trust, or you can do a homestead too. Bottom line is a corporation should always have $1 million of credit plus. See, a division is cheap under a corporate umbrella. One for every piece of real estate, one for every franchise, one for every current business you got today. Setting up the line of defense, or allow me to do that for you, mastering Ray's rules, putting it here. That's why I've done the workshops and boot camps and seminars for 43 years. Ultimate goal, plan the problem. I'm sorry, it's just going to happen. Someone's going to knock you down, get in your way, or piss you off. It's just simple. Safety credit, line of defense, those grocers and banks get to play the game, so do you. Put the sticky behind those cards, know your discipline. Never bring the pain home ever again. Today, if you go to your city and you find those 3 Wells Fargo banks, 3 Chase, 3 B of A's, all right, they've been doing this prior to pandemic. All right, the bottom line is they're bankrupt locations and keep both other ones open too. They learned how to play the game a long time ago. It's your turn, by the way. Now, here's what's called a credit rebuilding program. This is with a rapid rescore. This is worth $1,000 card back to you. I want you to understand, I want to hand you a cash card. You want a checkbook to it too? I'm going to take all away your excuses. All right, it's simple. I don't care if you got to put it on a damn payment plan. Your procrastination is done. You make a commitment today, now. If you want articles, also tax ID, I'll give them to you for free in this program. Set up in level 1 tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Be in that class up to 90 days. It's on Wednesdays and Saturdays too. But I offer that part free. But I offer it to you half price. The office sells it for $9.98. It's $4.99 for you too. Ultimate goal today, what do we look at to do? How about a starter package to become the millionaire? You want to be a corporate millionaire? This is the one you pick because it starts out with $10,000 of credit. Still got all the same goodies as the one before. The office sells it for about $2,000. I give it to you because you get $10,000 of credit. I don't get a commission, don't get a paycheck, so I give it for half price of $9.99. Next is the millionaire making in the workshop. Same as the previous, but this one is serious time. Instead of $4,000 with me, you get half price. I hand you $25,000 of cash credit. That means it's $2,499 to you. Ultimate goal, you Zelle, you wire, you make a deposit. No excuses. The only excuse is, hey, I don't have the money. Then you put a deposit, you work out payments. You step up to the plate. You follow through, so will we. Because I got to repackage your life, your house, your car, your bank account. You got no more excuses. You met me. Don't forget about that 14th Amendment and why they print money 24/7. 50 states, are you kidding me? Line of defense, and you haven't done this for you? I don't get it. Never forget, corporations should have divisions and money. Because it has a way to build itself and write it off too. Every corporate credit card is a write-off, interest rate as well. We can all master the line of defense, but you're going to have to master Ray's rules tools up here. So the ultimate goal, plan the problem, safety credit, line of defense, see it, believe it, go get it. Get the sticky on those cards today. Don't bring that pain home ever again, and find that business in that corporation and that grocery store and bank too. When you see one today, You're going to go, hey, Ray's telling me the truth. Here's a guy for 43 years who'll hold my hand, and if I fall down, he'll pick me up again and again. You see, at the end of the day, people talk about the American dream. Unfortunately, they're not handing you the money and the credit, or the rules and the tools. I think it's just a bunch of BS, to be honest with you. All I know today is everybody needs money coming in every month. Pay your bills, drive a company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. You got to set up the line of defense my way. And from there, simple. 1,000 rules is $1 million company. 20,000 is billion. Today, you can basically, if you want to repair, no. I won't use repair because that's crap. That's just lies. You've got to understand you have to rebuild the credit by knowing the rules and the tools too. If all you want to do is on your own, there's a book and a CD. Okay, we wrote books and CDs for years for you. The bottom line is $4.99. When you sell it, you do it yourself. When you sell it, I'll still, if you say, Ray, I want you to do the work anyway, I'll do that for free. I'll get you up to that 820 score, not a problem. But it's $4.99, good book and CD. You can decide if you want me to do the work for you too. I got a team of experts that'll do the work for you too. We take Zelle, check, all right, wire, chase, transfer, deposit. Everything needs to be expedited because we don't have anything holding us back. Your choice is simple. When you do that this morning, now, what you do is you get, for the first 10 callers, you get a first personal call with me. If you're not calling 800-510-3338 right away, that's kind of crazy on your part. I'm usually $3,000 an hour. You're getting it for free when you buy that package today. Don't forget the blueprint. All right, don't forget the blueprint, because that basically helps you hold your hand too. Keep in mind today, instead of $9.99, I'm giving it away for $4.99 for you. All you got to do is sell it right away. If you want the corporate package, maybe you want it or not, as a bonus. This is credit rebuilding. Rapid rescore, $4.99. This one hands you a $1,000 card back to you. Next thing is starter package for $1 million. $999, $10,000 of credit back to you, and all the goodies too. Millionaire in the making, $2,499 today, and you get $25,000 of cash credit built for you. At the end of the day, it's called Zelle, Chase, Deposit, Wire. Take a picture of that page. I want you in my workshop starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And if you miss one, you get to make it up anyway. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And by the way, I even give you a money back guarantee too. That's why my name's on it. Bottom line, stay safe, stay strong today. If you're wondering what's next to come, let it be you and me. You know, I look at it this way. Let us always remember God gave us life. It's a gift. The opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. I will do my best all through the day while God does the rest. This toll-free number needs to be called now. All right, if you call it in the next 5 minutes, they will honor everything I offer to you today. If you call later, sorry to say, all right, they want to make their commission and their paycheck too. At the end of the day, doing my best while God does the rest. 800-510-3338. Never forget, God loves us all.